Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network if you'd like to do the same. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Tony Harvin. And we also broadcasting from my other YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. So right now we're broadcasting from two YouTube channels at one time. My primary YouTube channel, which is Tony Harvin, and my secondary channel, which is Tony Harvin Network. We're here to talk about the arrest of Mr. I call him Donald Dump, but you know, the arrest of Donald Trump. And y'all know my disclaimer. Excuse me, I'm not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement. And do remember, I'm not a pastor, preacher, or nothing like that. I'm just a YouTuber. That's all. And a creative content creator in general. I just have normal conversations in general. So anybody who's in tune with the truth of God, of course, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who subscribed to that third YouTube channel, Tony Harvin TV. If you're in tune with the truth of God, you got to go to that YouTube channel, Tony Harvin TV, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for videos that I put out on that YouTube channel. So, Donald Trump, I know this could be a touchy topic to a lot of people out there in dealing with politics. Politics and religion are two of the most biggest. And first and foremost, let me make this statement. Now, if you're on either YouTube channels and I'm commenting or talking to somebody and you don't see them in the chat room, that's because both chat rooms are not linked. Only the YouTube channels are linked together, you know. So you may be seeing or hearing me talking about something to somebody in the chat room. It may not appear on the other YouTube channel, man. Just to make that clear. So politics and religion are two of the most biggest things that people have a tug of war at. It doesn't matter what they're talking about and things like that. People are very, very sensitive to situations like this, especially religion and politics. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat rooms. You know, you got Latanya, Nicole Martin, Jeremy Dunbar, Zero Death, Carla Petty, Prodigal Son, Falling Way of You. What up, K Smooth, Q Strickland, Lucy Gavin, Willa. What up, R. Perez, Maddie, Tyrone Gills, John Allen. So Donald Trump was arrested for sure. You know, is a true story. People can definitely reap what they sow. Now, some people that I have spoken to, they mentioned that Donald Trump was an okay president. Now, me personally, I don't pay attention to none of that stuff at the end of the day because I don't put my trust, I don't put my faith in a man in general. Of course, people in politics, they got jobs to do and stuff like that, and what have you. Now, the man could have been a jerk and things like that, but can somebody who is a jerk still do their job the way it needs to be done? You know what I mean? When you are put in a position like a president, like a CEO, and stuff like that, it's a certain morals and values and respect that you got to have in general. You know what I mean? You can't get into a position like a president and then act a certain way and expect people on the outside to act more respectful than you do. You know what I mean? You are the leader. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you do, there's a high percentage that other people are going to do. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who are against Donald Dump. There's a lot of people who are with Donald Dump. You know what I mean? There's some people who was against Donald Dump. Now they for him because they talking about that Mr. Biden is not even a good of a president in general. I mean, people, you voted for him, so what you complaining for? You understand? I mean, they were so happy that Joe Biden, he's running for president. He was with Obama and things like that. Now look, some of the same people who voted for Biden, I never voted a day in my life because there has been nobody worthy to vote for at all. You know, you see some of the same people at the end of the day. Not against Biden, which is crazy. So zero depth says sad because everything they accuse Trump of, Biden is actually the guilty one. Now you mentioned that Biden is actually the guilty one. So we're going to share the screen upon what the news is saying about Donald Trump, upon why he was arrested and things like that. You know what I mean? So we're going to share the website or whatever the case may be. Now, it mentions that it says, did is Trump going to prison? Now, they mentioned that former president pleaded not guilty to 37 charges during arraignment in Miami, Florida on Tuesday. 37 federal charges. 37. So, are you telling me that Mr. Joe Biden is doing the exact same thing, that he's guilty of the same crimes that Donald Trump, what they saying he has committed or accused of at zero death? Because that's what they're saying in the news. I'm not saying anything. You understand? We do know that the news can fabricate things right along with social media. You understand? So being that you said that, you know, what is your take on that one right there? You know what I'm saying? So they said he was at the courthouse, whatever, this past Tuesday on 37 federal charges stemming from he alleged unlawful retention of national defense information. Are you stating that Joe Biden did the same thing? If so, could you provide proof? Zero death? Because you got to remember what you say, you have to provide some type of truth, even an article. You know what I mean? That they mentioned that Joe Biden has the same or is doing the same that Mr. Trump has done. It says adding another criminal case to the legal pressure against the twice impeached former president as he seeks to win his party's nomination in next year's Republican presidential primary. So Mr. Donald Trump is running for president. Well, got in mind on an idea to run for president again. I mean, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be an absolute mess. What up, Willow? You says, what up, bro? You said he is definitely Donald Duck. Donald Ducked, you know? And forgive me, I'm just going through the comments right quick. All right. John Allen says, Geno Jennings, get well soon. We miss you. Tracy Wright, you mentioned, you says, I like Trump better than Biden. What makes you take the stand that you have a more liking for Donald Trump than Joe Biden? You know, the only things I really see on Biden on social media and stuff like that is when they got him tripping or something like that. They always got like foolish things about Joe Biden. Oh, he tripped over his own shoelace. He did this. Come on now. We human beings. We tripped before. We fell. And things like that. But it seems to me that social media is trying to make Joe Biden look like a clumsy type of president. And everything he do is a laughing joke. I don't get it. You understand? So is the man, Mr. Biden, doing his job more so than Trump or vice versa? That goes to Tracy Wright. All right, what up? So what up, Bruce? Shout out to you. Prodigal Son said he did more for us than Obama did his 2 terms. So Prodigal Son mentioned that Donald Trump did more than what Obama did in his 2 terms. Does anybody agree with that? You know what I mean? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section for sure. What up, Raekwon? He said the real Donald Duck. Jeremy says, in all honesty, both parties are the same. They both are for themselves corporations. They cut deals in private. Biden, Clintons, and Bush do it. Wow. Prodigal Son says Mexicans should only be mad at Trump. Why you state that? That Mexicans should be only mad at Donald Trump. Lynn McVeigh, he says lock him up. That's what he said to do to Hillary Clinton. Wow. Wow. It's funny how the tables turn, huh? It's funny how people hope and wish bad for people, like we talked about the other day. It wasn't on politics, but we kind of talked about stuff like this. You know what I mean? When you hope and wish bad on people, it could send a boomerang effect, because what you say to people that you hope bad for, it could come right back around on you. You know what I mean? So people definitely got to be careful about, hoping bad for people. He said Biden's worse. What up, Elohim is King? You says Biden is a troll. Nicole Martin says, I agree. Keith says, I never voted either. Italian says, did Trump get arrested in New Jersey or New York? Well, they mentioned Miami, Florida in the article. What up, Ernest Beard? Sion said, you said it's crazy to accuse Biden. I didn't say that. You know what I mean? I don't remember saying anything like that. The only thing I said about Biden is that people just put things on social media like he's clumsy or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm mentioning is Biden doing his job as a president more so than Trump, versus, what these people are putting out, whether on World Star, Facebook. They always got some silly video of Biden tripping, falling, or something like that. That don't justify that a man can't do his job because he's clumsy like that. You know what I mean? Physically, Jeremy Dunbar says, someone once told me that the only way to get to the top in a crooked system is to be crooked yourself. Wow. That's some deep stuff right there. Belinda Horn, you says, how do you feel about president being a sex offender? A president should set high standards and not commit crimes. I agree. Just like certain pastors, it's high standards. You know what I'm saying? We was on this, talking about some YouTube troll who was a minister on the other YouTube channel earlier, who's a so-called minister. You know what I mean? For under LC Mathis. When you are a minister or when you are somebody in a position, there's higher standards for you. You understand? And certain guidelines that you have to follow in your job, and especially if you're a minister at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't go around saying certain things about women when you're the president like it's cool or something like that. So you're absolutely right about that at Belinda. A president should set high standards and not commit crimes. I agree with that. You know what I mean? He says he's getting no store call. Good, I think, says this is all fake. They hate Trump, but Biden, a career politician, has worse crimes. Biden is a dirty and a racist. Wow. Elohim is king. You says it's all an agenda for the New World Order, the B system. What up, Scholar Sellers? Latoya says all these politicians are no different from Trump. Sion says, of course, they will cover for Biden, but Trump is not guilty of anything. He said Joe did the same thing. It was in the news, and watch, they will go after that Biden. Why waste time talking on these folks? Because I can. Why you come here? You understand? You came to this YouTube channel. I didn't come for you. I didn't knock on your door and say, come listen to my YouTube video. You came on here. You understand? You're increasing these watch time hours on this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel. That's what YouTubers do. They talk about certain things that's going on in the world. That's why. You understand? If I want to talk about a duck, a mouse, a cat meowing, a dog barking, a bird chirping, I can do that. You understand? You came here. That's what YouTube is for. I don't know why people don't understand that like you. You understand? When somebody has a YouTube channel, they could talk about anything they want. You understand? As long as they're creating their own content and stuff like that. So it doesn't matter if you say that. That's not going to stop me or anybody else from talking about certain things that they want to talk about on their YouTube channel. If you don't like it, don't click it. You understand? If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Leave the channel. You understand? Just because you feel that way, that doesn't mean it's going to change the mind of a person who's doing YouTube talking about Donald Trump, Biden, George Bush, whoever. You understand? So you got the ability on your laptop, on your phone to click off. Simple. That's all you got to do. You understand? You know what I mean? Do like AOL, how they used to do back in the day. Goodbye. You understand? All right. R. Perez says, I won't be voting for him. Sion says the documents he took were not that classified. What? As they make it out to be. This is all to stop him from running again. Well, you stated that they were not that classified. Not that classified. But in a sense, did they still have some format of classification on it? You know what I mean? Whether it was low standard, medium standard, or highly government classified information. You know what I mean? Let me know. Nicole Mon says they will try to fight to have him president again too. I don't put anything past people because money talks. Lynn McVeigh says President Biden having crabbed no female private. Wow. And I heard about that story about Mr. Trump grabbing on a female's birth canal and whatnot. You know what I mean? Is that the way a person who's in a position as a president should act? You understand? That is a format of sexual assault. It is. It is a crime. You know what I mean? It is. I don't know why people think it's cool that it's okay for him to do it. You know what I mean? But it's not okay for other people to do it. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Carla Holiday said it goes deeper than what we see. I agree. Sion says they don't want him back in office. What up, G. Davis? C-Mac. Trump reversed things set in place to help the Skittles community, which also benefited women who don't want to share bathrooms with men. I agree. You know what I mean? Why should a man and a woman, why should a man be allowed to share a bathroom with a woman? Despite what he thinks he is. Or a woman, what she thinks she is. You know what I mean? I don't want no man in a bathroom with my daughter if she got to use the restroom, if we traveling over the road. At all. You understand? No way. I don't want my daughter in no bathroom with, I don't care what they call themselves or how they feel about themselves. Well, I feel like a she, her. You understand? I want to get this done to my body. Guess what? Physically, you're trying to pose as a woman, but spiritually, you're still a man. You know what I mean? Your chromosomes don't change at all at the end of the day. You could change your abilities of, your organs and whatnot, your outside, organs that we use as grown men and grown women and what have you. But guess what? You can't change that DNA. You know what I mean? You cannot change that at all. So I definitely understand what you're saying. So I got to keep my words. I gotta flip the words around because they know how strict YouTube is about certain protected groups and whatnot. You know what I mean? And they can detect certain words if you say them. You know what I mean? Especially if you're an individual YouTuber. All right? Scholar Sellers. He says, I'm a Donald Trump fan. Okay. Prodigal Son says, Obama did more for the than U.S. He was targeting them and the border issues. Good Eye Thing says Biden's for the wickedness. Biden was behind crime bill that put many black folk in prison for many years, for less years. Biden's behind the private prisons. So Biden is for taking out and getting rid of unborn kids. Wow. Now I totally agree. I totally disagree with that. You understand? I'm not for something like that. You know, some people may come up with excuses like, "Well, what if this girl was, or if this woman was?" I don't care at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I do not condone in murder at all, because what abortion is nothing but murder, legal murder, and the doctors behind it, they're just as guilty as the mother who goes through it, and the father who agrees with it, if he agrees with it. You know what I mean? Because at no time, I don't care if you are in church and whatnot, you happen to make a mistake and get a woman pregnant. You know what I mean? Listen, you got to handle your responsibilities as a man. You know, if you're a woman out there, open up your legs to any man every day, different guys and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Listen, you got to take care of your responsibilities. Don't sit here and murder a child because you can't handle the responsibilities and whatnot and things like that. You shouldn't open up your legs. Period. You know what I mean? If you can't handle the pressure. All right. He says Biden is for the Skittles community, and a lot of people are. You know what I mean? A lot of people are. They think that we hate them as people, but we don't. You know, each time I put out a video, on that with the Truth of God and stuff like that, man, them videos get flagged. Them videos got taken down, flagged. My channel got terminated before, and everything. You know what I mean? That group is definitely protected. You know what I mean? One of the most strongest protected groups that I know. Because the moment you say certain words about the Skittles community, oh man, you know what I mean? You'll probably get fined $10,000 if you're on a national television. You'll get taken off of YouTube and a lot of other platforms out there if you talk about that group in a certain manner. That's crazy. You also said Biden was behind crime bill that put black folks behind prison for many years. For less years, Biden is behind the private prisons. Willa Boyd. He says, my faith is in no man on this earth. My faith is in holiness. I'm a part of TOG Holy Ghost train. And he says, no, he's not going to prison. That man has money and contacts. I do not vote. Wow. Jeremy Dunbar. You says when Obama was in office, gas prices went to $4. He said gas prices went to $4, and when Trump was in office, it was $1.50. My. Those were the days, huh? $1.50. Listen, let me get 5 on pump 3. Let me get $10 on pump 2. Can't do that no more. You can't do. Listen, you can't do that no more. Not in these days. No way. You understand? $5 won't get you nowhere. You know what I mean? I remember back in the day, $5 would get you a quarter tank almost. Sometimes almost a half a tank back in them days. You know what I mean? Now look at the gas prices. You says when Trump was in office, there was $1.50. When Obama was in office, we were in Afghanistan. And he stated he would get us out when Trump got in office. You mentioned, let me see if I could catch it. You said when Trump was in office, we were not at war in Ukraine, and Russia was not, he says, eating with Ukraine. Okay. Tetris, you says, is there a room in the chat for another black racist? What are you talking about? Black racist? What other person is a black racist? You know what I mean? I don't know what you're trying to say or what angle you're trying to go with this one. Who's a racist in here? You know what I mean? Let me know. All right. Good Eye Thing says Biden is behind punishing African countries that say no to while he does not touch Saudi Arabia that do the same thing. Sion says Joe Biden and his son are corrupt, but the media will cover for him along with the politicians who are in power on both parties. When Trump was in office, I think I read that one by Jeremy. My fault. Let me take that down. Let's go to more comments at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Willa Boy says, I do not agree. He's saying that because of the stimulus checks. Latoya says, I don't see the difference between Obama and Trump. Obama did more than the others because Congress and Senate didn't want to pass certain votes for poor people. Wow. What up, Easy? Says, don't care for Biden or Trump, but you can't believe any news right now. Doing so is naive. Understandable. You know what I mean? I get your angle and whatnot. What up, Sister Davis? Hope all is well. You know what I mean? Prodigal Son, he says, I don't like Biden. It's just my opinion. I mean, you know, that's on you, man. You know, everybody entitled to their own opinion and their own feeling about certain people, politicians or whoever they may like and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Elohim is King says, trolls and feces are back again. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, you can't even have an intellectual conversation in general without somebody trolling or anything like that. You know, but at the end of the day, man, they helping out this YouTube channel. You know, each time a troll comes on here, and the longer they stay on here, the better they helping out, you know, these two YouTube channels that, you know what I mean, we broadcasting from, you know. What up to Khadijah Reeves? Shout out to you and your YouTube channel for sure. Sion, President Trump is for the people of this country. He's not brought and paid like Joe Biden. They're after him because he's a stop it. No. No way. Donald Trump is not a man of God. Not at all. You understand? Not at all. How dare you say something like that? We was on the other YouTube channel. You know, going in on this leprechaun man, this troll. He called me a child of God, a man of God, or whatever the case may be. Being a man of God and a child of God is a high standard. You understand? That's a high standard to have. Is Donald Trump baptized in the name of Jesus Christ? Have Donald Trump received the gift of the Holy Ghost? Do he follow the scriptures at all? You understand? He went to, I believe, Wayne T. Jackson Church out there in Detroit. You know what I mean? This is the same preacher who consecrated a man who was on the ground and got on top of him and did some humping motions on this man. And they called it consecration. Look it up. This is the same so-called preacher who flagged my YouTube channel because I tried to expose him when he did it. You understand? So no, Donald Trump is not a man of God. I don't agree with that at all. You understand? I do not agree with Donald Trump being a man of God. You know what I mean? Being a man of God, that's a high standard. I don't even claim to be a man of God. Of course, striving to get there, yes, that's just a strong title to give somebody. That's a strong title to have at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So no, that comment right there, no. I can't believe you said something like that. Donald Trump is a man of God? Who agrees with that? What person on here or what person, you know what I mean, on YouTube in general believes that Donald Trump is a man of God? Let me know. What is Donald Trump empowering and encouraging the people as far as the scriptures? Never mind politics. Let's talk about the scriptures. I haven't heard Donald Trump encouraging nobody to follow Jesus Christ and follow the scriptures at all. I never heard that. Now, politics, he may be good at. He may know some stuff with politics. As far as the scriptures, no way. You know what I mean? At all. I disagree. You say he wants to do right. He wants to do what's right for the people of this country. He called Donald Trump a man of God. Wow. You can't be serious. Listen, that's the comment of the year right there. That's the comment of the year. Wow. He says, AOL, goodbye. Oh, my goodness. That was funny. What up, 812? He says, Biden is a pervert still. What did Biden do that would make him a pervert at age 12. He says it's not true. They make Joe Biden look good to cover for him. Prodigal Son says Biden touched a lot of females. Well, what link, you know what I mean, or what articles out there is on Biden that he did those things? Let me know. And you said especially kids. But I think it says, put it this way, Biden had a party at the White House with a big flag draping outside the White House. Biden needs to go. City Boy says, I think Trump needs to become president again if he doesn't want to be charged and persecuted. The pressure is real. Wow. What up, Claire? What up, what up, what up? Jeremy says, Biden touches women and little girls and whispers in their ears. They both creeps. Wow. 2 perverts trying to become presidents. And one got the nerve to call him a man of God. Really? 2 perverts. You understand? When is going to be somebody who got some sense? Somebody got some good morals and values and who knows the scriptures, at least a little bit, to run for president. Even if a person tried to run for president and they are men of God, they won't get in. You know what I mean? Because that's the type of person that they don't want to see in office at all. It may seem like they for the scriptures, they for God, but in actuality, a lot of them are not. What up, Cynthia Davenport? You says, why do they give him another break? We can't steal or take nothing from the job. Wow. Let's just go to this news story right quick. We'll just run through it. So it says each charge carries a maximum sentence ranging from 5 to 20 years. A potential sentence, if convicted, could include decades in prison. Decades. Now imagine Donald Trump going to prison for a very long time. How much people will be upset who was for him? You know what I mean? But hey, you do the crime, you got to do the time. You know what I'm saying? Now I hear a lot of people saying Biden did the same thing and whatnot. If he did, then he deserves to be locked up too. I'm not for either or. That's the whole thing about it. I'm not for either or. I'm not for Joe Biden and I'm not for Donald Trump at all. If they are found to be, perverts and touching on kids and whatnot, I'm not for that. You understand? Definitely not for that. Appreciate that at Khadijah Reeves. He said, I feel like a dolphin. You funny. Sister Davis, you says the only thing I agree with regarding Trump is his stand against the ABC community and doctors that do surgery. He calls it child abuse. But I wouldn't vote for him. Surgery. Wow. He's against that. I mean, he got some sense. You understand? He got a little bit of sense. It's a little bit. You understand? All right. Latanya says Trump supporters and lawyers were praying for him in Miami on the news. Wow. All right. Jeremy Dunbar says, what's sad is people say they will vote for the lesser of the two evils. Makes no sense. City Boy says the DNA stays the same, can't change what God has made. You are born a man, you're a man. If you are born a woman, you're a woman. That's all glory be to God. He says, yes, Obama did. Christopher, and he went to Africa to spread his wow. Christopher Span says, good evening. Great man. What up, what up, what up? Hope all is well. Cynthia Davenport says, so glad they have family restrooms. We need more of them mandatory in every place that have restrooms. He says, how long is he going to prison for? 2 to 4 years? Well, he got sentenced to 37 federal charges. And they mentioned that each of them carries a sentence of 5 to 20 years. So just imagine if the man is found guilty of all 37 federal charges, 37 times 5. You know what I mean? The bare minimum, 37 times 5 years in prison. So he's liable to basically rot in prison. You understand? If he's convicted and found guilty of all charges and whatnot. You understand? That's a bad look for him at the end of the day. So all that money that he got, all that money that he worked hard for, you understand? He may be eating a little good in prison and whatnot, but it won't mean nothing once you're behind those bars at the end of the day, because you ain't gonna be receiving millions no more, because you're gonna be working. And normally when you work in prison and stuff like that, what, you're making a penny a day for 8-hour shift. You understand? See, he ain't used to hard work like that. He ain't used to hard labor like that. You know what I'm saying? If he is happened to be convicted and sentenced to terms. You know what I mean? All right. Prodigal Son says the community is protected by the Democrats. Off top. Lynn. You're speaking about Donald Trump. You says, I hope he gets life. Wow. That's deep right there. Wow. Well, a boy says, no way, I don't care what they call themselves. Let one of my kids tell me something like that. Bro, Tony, I might have to go and tell Apostle what I did and says and repent. Absolutely. Cynthia Davenport says, I'm proud to say I'll never vote again. Sister David says, my husband here enjoying your comments about men and women taking responsibility for their actions. No, abortion should not be legalized. Absolutely not. You understand? I don't care if the two are struggling. I don't care. I was in the 8th grade back in 1997, 98, or whatever the case may be, in PS-15 school in Jersey City, New Jersey. There was 2 young girls pregnant, 12 years old, pregnant. You know what I mean? I had no idea at the time, you know what I mean? Little girls could get pregnant at that. But when I heard the news, I was like, what? Huh? She about to have a baby at the age of 12? Oh, you got to keep that. You understand? It don't matter. You got to keep that baby. You know what I mean? And she wasn't pregnant by no grown man. 2 kids was hard-headed, and they did the do in 8th grade, and things happen. You understand? But guess what? You got to keep that baby at the end of the day. You understand? So, no, I am not for abortion. In no way, no how, no fashion. People speak about RAPE. I understand it's an unfortunate situation that women get RAPE, D, or whatever the case may be. I still don't agree with murdering a child at all. You understand? If you get RAPED, some people might recommend taking the morning after pill and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? To prevent from that woman of getting pregnant or what have you. Then again, what about the beliefs of the scriptures at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Is that still parallel to murdering a child? If, you're taking contraceptive, is it parallel? You got to think about that. You got to speak about that with your, man of God, if he's really true of God and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So Tony Harvin has never been for abortions. You know what I mean? Now and before, when I wasn't even in the truth at all, I still wasn't for abortions at all. You understand? If I didn't have a job back then and I happened to get a female pregnant, in my hard-headed years and whatnot, guess what? You're going to keep that baby, man. You got to go out. You're going to have to work for McDonald's and get a job, flipping burgers. And one of the worst jobs that I had was telemarketing at the age of 18 or 19. I hated it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I still would probably have to work as a telemarketer at the age of 19 if I would have got a woman pregnant at the time. Blessedly, I didn't have no kids at the age of 19. You understand? But I'm just making an example. All right. He said $5 gave us a half tank. He said, what? Oh man. He said, you said what he had been drinking to say that about gas prices. Good thing says, I made some money in the stock market when Trump was in office. Investor confidence was up, but now Biden comes in and things shut down. Wow. That's crazy. What up, Bob T? What up? Georgia Shannon says, what is getting ready to expose? People will change their mind about Trump. Okay. All right. Prodigal Son says, people get offended even in the chat room discussion. Absolutely. You'll be surprised how sensitive people are, even over the internet. People can become very sensitive, especially over topics of politics and religion. People can get real upset, real mad, and what you say in the chat room here or anywhere else, that can bother some people all day, even during the week. That's crazy. You understand? But if you're a person, know that you're going to get upset, there's a possibility that for you to get upset or you're going to get emotional based upon comments here on YouTube, you don't need to be on here at all. You understand? You don't need to be on social media, period. Because people may call you ugly, dumb, stupid, talk about your ears, your forehead, your breath stink, your mother, your father, your children. And if you can't take a lot of stuff on here, you don't need to be on social media. You gotta have bulletproof emotions, even in the chat room here on social media, because people will say things that will get you upset. And if you can't handle it, then a person do not need to be on social media, period. You understand? All right. Patricia Morrison, you said he is not a man of God. Come on now. Wow. Jeremy Dunbar says all these politicians claim to be of God. They are liars. I agree. And those politicians who are really for God, you know, like the little small councilmen in the hood and stuff like that, they're not, you know, out there. You know what I'm saying? Because those top tier people, they don't like that. You know what I mean? It's probably very, very few politicians. Very few. We ain't talking about them top tier people. We talking about like the councilmen in the hood and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The small time people and stuff like that who probably do profess and really are for God and stuff like that. But as far as like Donald Trump, no way. No way at all. You know what I'm saying? Beverly Edwards says, first beast here, Donkey Trump, may God help America. Only people with the third eye can see. Ron L says, someone people need to learn that freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of free speech, only what you want to hear. Wow. Georgia Shannon says, you don't know what God has done in President Trump's life. I don't care. I don't care what God has done for President Trump. You understand? God has done a lot of things to people who speak against him, people who are not for him. You understand? One thing being, they're still breathing, right? You see all these rappers out here cursing God and whatnot, but guess what? God is still doing something in their life right now. He's allowing them to breathe, right? You understand? That don't mean they're a man of God. You understand? So you may try to sound like you're saying something all righteous and all that other stuff. You got to read in between the lines. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what God done in his life. He's not a man of God. Just because God does something in somebody's life, that don't make them a man of God at all. You understand that? You got the breath in your life right now, right? He got the breath in his life right now. Who supplied that oxygen to this man? God does. That don't mean he's a man of God at all. You understand? So to try to justify that God has done something in President Trump's life to merge over to make it seem like he's a man of God, get out of here with that. You understand? Because that's a lie right there. And that's not going to work. You understand? C-Max says Trump is a businessman that became president. Biden is a puppet, and the saga continues. Rebuke and Reprove says Kojak calls everyone man of God. Church of God in Christ. Kojak. All right. He said no president is a man of God. Sister Davis says, I haven't voted in a long time and will not be voting again. Why do people have an issue with others that don't vote? If Martin Luther King could see who's running for president, he probably wouldn't vote. Wow. Lily of the Valley says, y'all really think this man is going to see a day in jail? The truth is stranger than fiction. Okay. Lewis says he can be a man used by the Most High. Being used and being a man of God is totally different. Totally different. Listen, for example, a drug dealer on the corner. He see a kid who got potential, doing good in school. He can give that kid some good information and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He can say, listen, you don't need to be out here XYZ. Give him a couple of scriptures that he know from the past and whatnot and things like that. Yes, God can use certain people. You know what I mean? To line others up. That don't mean they're a man of God. Like I said, being a man of God, that's a high standard to have. Very high standard. I don't believe some people think Donald Trump is a man of God. You know what I mean? What does that say about these people's minds out here to really think this guy, this so-called president, is a man of God? You understand? I understand he's good in politics. All right, cool. All right, hooray, cool. He's a good businessman. All right, he hung out with Mike Tyson in Jersey City at ringside with Mario and them, Akon, whatever. All right, he helped somebody on Tunley Avenue in Jersey City when they was in a car accident. All right, cool. Whatever the case may be. But that don't mean he's a man of God. You understand? There was a car accident in Jersey City, where I'm from, and Donald Trump was there. I guess he was visiting the area or whatever. And he helped somebody out. You understand? Okay, he was used to help people out, whatever the case may be. That don't mean he's a man of God. You understand? Cut that out. Cut it out, man, because he's not. All right, Shatara says, some of these people don't know any better to say he's a man of God, knowing God doesn't act this way. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're getting it all twisted. You know what I mean? Just because a person is a good businessman, he knows a little bit about politics, that don't make him a man of God at all. You understand? Not one bit. Yes, he could be used. Yes, in some formats, in some ways, and things like that. But that don't mean you're a man of God. You understand? Samuel says, let's all take a moment and say a prayer for our current leader, Pastor Gino. Appreciate that. PhD says, to say DT is a man of God should be considered blasphemous. Oh, man, these comments are funny, man. Yeah, listen, some of these people be tweaking. Y'all sure y'all ain't hitting that? You know what I mean? You ain't taking a swig of that for y'all to make these type of comments. You know what I mean? Your minds is running parallel to somebody who's hitting some sticky yicky green or something like that. You know what I mean? To say Mr. Trump is a man of God, not even a crackhead would say something like that at all. And they high every day, all day. You understand? I don't get it. Tony says, how can Trump be a man of God? He had the Bible upside down when he was president during the protests. Lily, you said Biden is definitely a pervert. None of these politicians are clean. Yeah, there are videos of him pushing up on kids. The truth is stranger than fiction. I think I read that. Prodigal son said he said just a little bit knows some scripture. Rebuke says, have you read Ashley's diary? His own daughter accused him of taking showers with her. Trump is running for president, not your church deacon board. I don't care. We don't do deacon boards. What are you talking about? That was an idiotic comment right there. Who does deacon boards? We don't do that. You know what I mean? You got it mixed up with some other church organizations. I haven't even heard of nothing like that. You understand? I don't know if you're directing it towards me or you're directing it towards those who state that he's a man of God. You know what I mean? But if you're not directing it towards me in your statement and you mean something else, then I apologize. You understand? But if you're not, then it makes me wonder. You understand? And rebuke and reprove. You know? Andrew Jackson says, like Gino Jennings says, it wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't be a surprise if Donald Dumpster starts a false church. Wow. What up? What up, Gin Juice? Hope all is well. Omega Prime says the only thing Donald Dump is a dismissal failure. Wow. All right. What up, Levels? Hope all is well. G. Davis says Donald Trump helped a 63-year-old lady get out of jail. She was given life for a first-time nonviolent drug offense. Okay. All right. Then he also helped Kodak Black to get out of jail too. Pardon him and whatnot. All right, that's fine. That's cool. That don't mean he's a man of God. You know what I mean? Listen, I could go to a jail and help bail a couple of people out if I wanted to. That don't make me a man of God. You understand? No way. All right. What up, Georgina Flemings? Hope all is well. With you. Shout out to channel moderator Georgina Flemings and things like that. Back to this person right here. Rebuke and reprove. Back to this person. You know what I mean? Please don't make me laugh. You're making me laugh over here. Christians have a higher standard than I don't like. Do you mean that I don't like? You probably meant that, not then. You said, so let him get railroaded with fake charges. Had this been George Floyd or any black man, you'd be protesting, burning down precincts. First of all, Tony Harvin will never protest for nobody. I don't care who you are. I don't care what the situation is. I'm not getting outside of my house protesting for nobody. You understand? I got 5 kids to worry about. What I look like going outside, protesting for somebody. Okay, it was a sad story or whatever the case may be. Hardy, hard. Prayers to their family for warmth and comfort. But guess what? My time is valuable. You understand? And when you got kids, young kids and whatnot, listen, they're more important than protesting for somebody at the end of the day. So I don't know what you're talking about. You're getting a whole wrong perception and assumption that's what somebody is doing. It doesn't matter if a person is black, white, whatever the case may be. You understand? Yes, the George Floyd situation was, wrong, whatever the case may be. And that wasn't a part of police conduct at all. That's not what's taught in the police academy, to put the knee on the neck of a person who was acting in that type of format. When you go to the police academy, you're taught certain steps on how to approach certain situations. Like, if a person got a gun, a knife, if a person talking calmly, getting irate a little bit, mid-level or high level. It's certain ways how you act. You're supposed to act in situations like that, in which I was taught in the academy. And how I looked at the film, he didn't need to do that. You didn't need to act like that, to put your knee on the neck of a man like that. And you should know that you can cut off their oxygen, possibly killing them. You understand? Look at the so-called Marine who choked out the guy on the train station and whatnot. You don't see me protesting about that. I ain't talking about that situation. That Marine should have known better. You know what I mean? He should have known the chokehold that he learned from in the United States Marine boot camp academy and stuff like that can possibly kill somebody who's not fit for that type of training at all. You know what I mean? So that was a sad situation in the George Floyd situation. Granted that some people say he was high on drugs, he was this and that. All right, okay. So what? You know what I mean? But the point is, a human being was killed in murder in the hands of a so-called police officer who took his training measures beyond what he was taught. You know what I mean? Whatever you are taught in the jiu-jitsu class, grappling class, boxing, whatever the case may be, is not learned in the police academy. You don't get that much type of training of fighting and self-defense in the police academy at all. I know. You understand? So he shouldn't have put the knee upon his neck on that man causing that. You didn't have to do all that. Why you had to do all that? All them officers there? You mean to tell me 4 officers cannot pin down and arrest a guy and put him in the back of a police car like that? He had to do that? No, he wanted to feel big, like he was this big dog with a gun and a badge and things like that. No way. When you abuse your badge and you abuse your authority like that and kill a man like that, yes, you deserve to go to prison and for life. You know what I mean? You can repent, ask God to forgive you and stuff like that. All that is cool. But that's not going to make a difference to the prosecutors and the judges that going to throw you away for life or give you a heavy sentence in prison. So to respond to your question once again, no, I don't protest for anybody, black, white, Chinese, Polish, whatever the case may be. Color don't matter to me at the end of the day. It's all about the spirit, the soul, or you know what I'm saying? If you're learning about God in general, you know what I'm saying? If you have a thing against Christians or whatever the case may be, that's your own personal feelings. That's something you got to deal with yourself. You know what I mean? Me, I don't care how you feel at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I don't care, and I'm pretty sure a lot more people on here don't care how you feel about people who are striving for God at the end of the day. So your whole perception, your whole angle, persona, and things like that upon people who would protest for somebody who's black is all wrong because color don't matter over here. You know what I'm saying? Spirit is thicker than color. Spirit is thicker than blood, as you know, Geno Jennings would quote and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you got to get out of here with all that stuff because none of that stuff don't work here at all. So all that trying to, oh, well, you would protest if it's a black man and stuff like that. When have you ever saw me black power? You never saw me saying nothing like that if you came to this YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Because color don't matter to me at all. I don't care what color you are. You know what I mean? I don't care if that man was white on the ground what that cop did to George Floyd. You know what I mean? It's still wrong at the end of the day. And it's not in police training to put your knee on the neck of a man at all. In no police academy at all. You understand? All right. What's wrong with these people out here, man? He said a penny. He said a penny a day. Let me see. What? Listen, Sion. Oh man, y'all funny. Oh man, he said President Trump is a man of God. I say that because of the things he stands for and how evil is trying to stop him. What does Donald Trump stand for? Touching on women's birth canals? Listen, if he do some good stuff in politics, all right, cool, fine. We give him a sitting ovation for that. But that don't make him a man of God at all. What makes you a man of God is if you follow the instructions of the scriptures. If you don't do anything contrary to the scriptures. If you promote the scriptures in the format of helping people get their souls saved. Have you looked at the qualifications of a man of God in the scriptures? Has Donald Trump looked at the qualifications and stuff like that? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Nicole Levels, you said Trump telling some truth just because you got some radical people, and fake believers who worship him don't mean he's not telling the truth about the government. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. John Yeager says, as Christians, we can't, well, this is your opinion. He said, as Christians, we can't accept what the Democrats are doing to Trump, arresting him on crappy charges. Had this been done to here we go with another black man comment, there would be riots in the street. Am I right about that? No, you're not. You ain't right, because I don't riot. I'm not going to sit here and waste my time on nobody. I'm not going to riot for nobody at all. I ain't protesting for nobody. You understand? I'm not wasting my time for nobody. You know what I mean? My kids is more important than worrying about some protests at the end of the day. Your family should be more important at the end of the day for you going outside acting like a fool, rioting and whatnot. I don't agree with those people who go out there looting and breaking up stores and whatnot and stuff like that. That's ignorant stuff. You know what I mean? That's ignorant at the end of the day. So, like I said, like I told the other person, it don't matter upon your color and whatnot. Oh man, you funny at Prodigal Son. He says, in some people's world, everyone is a Christian. That's true. I don't know why people think like that, that everybody who everybody's a Christian, because it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I call myself somebody who's striving, because his work obtaining a title like a man of God or a child of God and stuff like that. That's work right there. That's serious work. That's something different, more so than a carnal stuff. That's something that you got to do every day, all day, and try to follow the word of God in general. I don't get some people sometimes. Oh, they helped out an old lady across the street. Okay, whoop-de-doo. I helped out old people with groceries when I was little. Okay, was I a child of God then? You know what I mean? I was still running around Jersey City, Fulton Avenue, cursing and whatnot and stuff like that. Would that make me a child of God? I'm helping old people out. Just like somebody mentioned, oh, he got a 63-year-old lady out of jail. Okay, so what? Who cares? That's a good deed right there. All right, cool, fine, whatever. That don't make him a man of God. All right. He says, how about make America greater? He is no man of God. Oh, man. He said, make America greater. Wow. What up, Michael Hollingsworth? You says when Obama was president, they talked trash, but when Trump was in office, they looked at him as God. He says, watch out the trolls, Tony. Oh, man. Sion, here we go again. President Trump has everything, not more than God. He says you don't need to run for power, thirst like these politicians. President Trump is already powerful. Not to me, he is. He's weak. You understand? He's weak to me. He's doing it all for the people in this country. What has President Trump done for Tony Harvin? Nothing. You understand? I don't look at him as powerful at all. Not one bit. Money, in that sense, money and, having that type of power, maybe he has that with money and stuff like that, and respect from his followers and what have you. But the way you're looking at it, I just can't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? He says, are we blocking comments we don't like? Ideas don't hurt liberal. I don't know what you're talking about. You understand? I haven't blocked no type of comments yet. So I don't know what you're talking about, or whatever the case may be, that you're trying to change the narrative to whatever, or because some of your comments ain't being read, because there are a lot of comments coming in, and I'm kind of skipping over some. So, but no comments is being blocked, to my understanding. All right. Nicole Marr says, ignorantly, I used to vote because back in the day, African Americans did not have a right to vote. But now that my eyes come open, I don't vote for no one. Wow. David B says it doesn't matter who is president if they haven't repented and been baptized and seeking the Lord, then they are led by the God of this world. Wow. Georgina Fleming says a man of God obeys scripture. Absolutely. I like that. A man of God obeys the scriptures. PhD says no man of God is snatching children away from their parents and locking them up in cages. Y'all better cut it out. He says a man of God has obeyed Acts 2:38. Oh man. Denise Barrow says a true man of God knows how to hold up the scriptures and not upside down. Wow. That's what's up. He says, I love watching Pastor Jennings talk like him. He does it so well. Oh, man. Sion says he did a lot. He did a lot more for black people than Obama, who claimed to be half Kenyan African. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Hardy, hard. Mm-hmm. Okay. Rebuke and reprove. He says, Tony, can we answer the question as to what would be the reaction if a black man is trying to run for president? Were to be arrested on such frivolous charges 2x times and facing 300 years in jail. Like I said before, color don't matter to me. Maybe it mattered to other people. Some people that I know of, I don't know why they go by the skin color at the end of the day. And some people go by skin color. You understand? I don't know. But you can't, I'm not like that at all. Me. Look at me. I'm not like that. I don't care if a person is black, white, orange, whatever. I don't care about the skin color. I don't care about the race. I don't care about the culture at the end of the day. If somebody do something that is wrong, it's wrong. You understand? So color don't matter to me. All right? He said Al Sharpton isn't even a man of God. What up, Acts 2:38? He might be no good, but I'd rather him than the one we got it there now. At least he wouldn't be no one's puppet. Hey, Nikki, you funny. Michael Hollingsworth says you got a troll alert on your hands. Oh, man. Y'all people is funny, man. Let me see. We just going through the comments right quick. C Mac, what up? What up, Gloria Cheney? You says not you personally, Tony. I actually like your channel. Amen. Right is right, wrong is wrong. All right, cool. Much respect, So I understand what you're saying, but I do know that, there's some people out there that would act out because of the skin color and whatnot. And, like Benjamin Crump, as soon as that something happened with a black man, he come running quick. Why? Because of the dollars. You understand? Of the dollars. But when Ray shoot Pookie up on 6th Street, you know what I mean? Where's the Black Lives Matter at now? They only run to high profile stories and stuff like that when it deals with a black man. I understand that. You understand? But all races matter at the end of the day. You know what I mean? When the white officers was knocking off the black officers and the young black men and whatnot and things like that, I wish and I would have hope that they would have had the same energy. I hope them people who went so hard against the white officers or officers in general who targeted black men, why didn't they have the same energy to the folks in the hoods, the ghettos, when Pookie shoots Ray, or when gangs clash and stuff like that, or when they got something going on over YouTube with two gangs going at it through drill music. Why they don't have the same energy? Where's Benjamin Crump at? Where's Al Sharpton at? Where's these people at? So I definitely agree on that end. At the end of the day, these people run to high profile stories like that. Why? Because of dollars. You understand? All right. Definitely agree with that. Appreciate that rebuke and reproved. You know what I mean? G Swole says, "What up, Tony? I don't believe rich people suffer in jail the way a common person does." Well, it depends. It depends what jail or prison they go to. You know, normally federal prison is a little bit more lax. You know what I'm saying? But if you go into somewhere like Rikers and New York, I believe it's in the Bronx, Rikers, you know what I mean? A real crazy jail and whatnot. I forgot who was in Rikers. What's his name? Epstein, Einstein, or something like that? Wasn't he in Rikers? Ain't he rich? So I don't know how it goes for, you know, rich celebrities that go to, you know, places like Rikers and whatnot. But some of them do get special privileges if they like to, if they don't want to be put in population and things like that, you know? It all depends. Hey, Mr. Ben Israel, we don't got time for that. You want to come in here and talk about gossip. Nobody got time for that, man. You understand? If you want to have a conversation, stick to the topic. You know what I mean? I don't care about no Murray Church and whatever you're talking about. I don't care. You understand? I don't care. So go eat on some lemons and get out of here, man. Who cares about that stuff at the end of the day? We're talking about something intellectual. You want to talk about gossip, what cheerleading females do. You understand? I question your manhood. You know what I mean? Either you're going to talk about this or just get out. Simple as that. You know what I mean? All right. Fleming says, if a disciple of Christ have not repented, been baptized in the name of Jesus Christ, speaking tongues, and continuing fellowship, they are headed in the wrong direction and not a child of God. Wow. Prodigal son. Oh man, that was funny. Yeah, they come in here with nonsense. Like, who cares? Like, so what, man? Who cares? I mean, I bet you couldn't wait to say that. But because, like I said, sometimes I go on my block list and I can have a person blocked for a year or 6 months or a month. I take them off. And I'm like, let me see if this person come back and comment. That goes to show that they've been watching these videos ever since. And they just couldn't wait to get off that block list. And Mr. Benjamin, he was one of them on the block list that I took off. And I just wanted to see if he was going to comment. That would let me know that he has been still watching the videos after we blocked him before. Not only on this channel, but the other channel. It's a sad thing. If you don't like a person, why are you looking at them? You understand? I question your manhood about that. I don't get it. You understand? Y'all funny, man. Y'all funny. G Swole says, I think that slogan, "Make America Great Again," is so stupid when America was never great from the beginning. Still in this land from the Indians, which certain people are saying Indians are really black. Okay. I got you. He said color doesn't matter to any person of God. Absolutely. I agree. He says Benjamin Crump is only motivated by money and publicity. I agree. Wow. Jesse and Sharpton didn't even have Dr. King's back. Wow. Wow, that's something deep. You say, yes, he's still watching after being blocked. Really get a life. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, as we come into a conclusion to this live, man, I appreciate everybody for coming on, watching, even the trolls and haters, man. You know, it's a sad thing that, you know, I put people on a block list for a little time, or one of the moderators put them on a block list, you know, and I know how long they've been blocked. And then once you take them off, you understand, they come running back. They come commenting. You know what I'm saying? They come running back. You know what I mean? And that's when they get put on the block list again. And I said, let me see, 6 months later, let me see if this person's still watching. You can tell if a person's still watching your YouTube channel after you unblock them if you take them off the block list. Just watch. You know what I mean? It's a sad thing that they disagree with you, or they got so much hate, but yet they still watching your videos, even being blocked. They still sitting back, eating popcorns, watching you. Obviously, they find some type of interest in you. They find in their subconscious of their mind, the subconscious of their heart, they find some interest in you. They find you interested. And the only way they can lash out, because they have no social skills, is to hate or is to troll. But as long as they're listening to this channel, I thank you. I thank the trolls for helping my secondary channel grow. I thank them. You understand? Much love and much respect to you, because like I said before, I do not watch none of you trolls YouTube channels at all. You understand? Not one bit. Unless somebody send me the video, I watch a few seconds and turn it off. You understand? That's it. A few seconds, 1 minute the most, to hear certain parts of timestamps. After that, that's it. You done wasted your time making a video about me or whatever the case may be, you know? So I appreciate everybody once again. Jeremy Dunbar, you funny, man. He said, it's for attention and laughs. What up, Graylin Funches? What up? Hope all is well. So, once again, as I was stating, thank everybody for coming on this YouTube live. Once again, if you are in tune with the truth of God, you got to go to my third YouTube channel. For sure. And I think everybody, that channel was doing well and whatnot and things like that. So all my channels is doing pretty well here on YouTube. And you know, it's special thanks to everybody on here who's been coming on this channel and on my other channels and stuff like that, tuning into the good content that we got on all three YouTube channels. And for sure, it's hard work, but it's for the people of encouragement and empowerment for sure. So you got to go to Tony Harvin TV, which is nothing but the truth of God messages on there. You understand? And shout out to everybody who came in. Jen Juice, Denise Barrows, Jeremy Dunbar, Good I Think, Sister Davis, R. Perez, appreciate that. Nicole Martin, Nicole Levels, who else? Graylin Funches, G Swole, Prodigal Son, and Omega Prom, and everybody, whether you was for Trump or against Trump, Sion, if you're for Trump, listen, it's nothing personal. It's just a conversation that we had, and no hard feelings to nobody about this conversation. Do remember to look out for more videos that's coming to this channel, my secondary channel, Tony Harvin Network, which we also broadcasting from right now, and my third YouTube channel, Tony Harvin TV, which broadcasts nothing but the truth of God messages for sure. So God has been a blessing, and God bless to everybody out there. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. May you all have a blessed and wonderful day. I'm signing off. Peace. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network, if you'd like to do the same.